trees are green and overhanging, where the light free and everlasting.
+1 composure under the polar lights. +1 shivers, gift from La Revachelière herself. Layers and layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if a city gifted it to you to keep you safe.
That's pretty cool.
Yo. Shivers sends its regards.
Shivers 10. Okay. That's pretty good. Our EDC just dropped. What is a quick way to bring that back up without looking like a dork?
Because we ain't dorks, right?
No,
we're cool.
No.
We're cool. We don't need anyone to tell us we're cool. We know it.
Never, ever, ever. Some pants, ideally. Some EDC pants would be good. No. No. Oh, no. All of our EDC stuff is based on your jacket. It's always jacket based. Yeah.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
Not like this.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathway.
Pain threshold failure.
Cover your ears. How much was that? 15.
Oh, we were so far.
No, buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous
Stop
ones.
hurting Kim.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Yell through the static. You're under arrest.
What's happening to me?
Are you gonna kill me too?
Help, Kim. Help. My brain's on fire. Through the static. Volition, we trust. You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAM frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
So your equations is the Yulin frequency.
Fat Angus said you had a pale emitter.
You're using one of those devices used to send signals through the pale on me.
That boy's really gotta learn to keep his trap shut. And it's not a bloody pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
Okay, suggestion. How did you get your hands on this thing?
Will I stay like this forever?
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Please, turn it off! I can't take it anymore!
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. I built it myself.
She nods toward her torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray, and the law officials trapped in it.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Man, that's weird. What the fuck? That was Japanese.
Rain from everywhere. Dude, we're getting blasted.
You know, maybe letting in the memories of others from the pale is not as fun of an experience as I thought. Maybe it's kind of brutal.
With this intensity? Huh, I'd skip on it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Thanks, Rhetoric. Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
2, 3, 6, 1, 8, 9, 2, 8, 1.
You're looking for a deal on mattress.
Ruby's like, I'm just playing this shit so you don't upload it on YouTube.
Hey, man. Some officers are huge fans of Tasteway.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like a murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
Her voice actor is a little monotone.
Yeah?
Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
How'd you know we were coming?
Did you
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
by hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find to my back.
She smiles a little smile.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Preparing for the worst?
You're desperate, aren't you?
You don't need that.
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Lely?
Did you shoot Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
Huh. Really?
Interesting. Well,
One of their own mercenaries? To create an excuse? To stage this whole thing?
that would be crazy.
The third? The mysterious one that we've never met? From the rooftops, the sharpshooter? To give this whole thing a little bit of fucking juice? Maybe?
So she says she didn't do it, and she doesn't trust you. Is it you specifically, or the citizen militia that she distrusts?
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Your friend Classia really threw you to the wolves. Said you shot Lely.
You're right. Classia was the first to share her suspicions.
When I threatened to arrest her, Classia broke. She told me everything.
I mean, Classia said she thought it was Ruby because of multiple hints,
Yeah.
right?
Two is the truth.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this.
She smiles sadly.
It didn't help her. She was a fugitive. We took her in.
You arrested her. Consider yourself avenged.
She's not gonna like hearing that. Or
Yeah.
let's go with one. Let's go with one.
I'm sad to hear that. The girl was playing some dangerous games, but even with what she did to me, I wouldn't have wished that upon her. She had some pretty messed up people after her. She's going to come out of that meat grinder a different person, if she comes out at all. But Classia couldn't have known I was here. How did you?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Your own boys told us you were on the coast.
Titus told me. It took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people who people like.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumble in here. Can you please explain this shit to me?
She did call us the human can opener.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me.
She scoffs.
Fuck them all the same.
Ruby the Instigator.
That did make her forgive them a little.
I do it by asking questions. And I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
She adjusts her grip on her gun.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Yeah, one last
With the
time.
upper hand, what is she still saying?
Yeah.
Right? Would you say that Lely was a likable person?
Do you have an alibi for when Letty was shot?
I mean, there's a lot to infer from the fact that we're currently not being shot in this.
Yeah, let's be
situation.
grateful for the little things, right?
So there's a lot to infer from her motivations. You have a gun.
You like Classier a lot.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
Okay.
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
There's nothing more personal that you had against him? Perhaps his way with women?
Did you feel protective of the Union?
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me. And definitely not a reason to off someone. Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate it, okay?
Okay.
So it wasn't personal. Somewhat. Up to now.
Let's ask it, even though I don't want to.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Fair enough.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when he was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
They did say you left to take a really long leak. 15 minutes.
There was half an hour missing. You went out.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Hold on. No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow, now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
Look, there's a secret way from the first floor to the whirling on the roof.
No, not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city.
Somewhere on the outskirts of Forburg, a scrawny teenage girl stands by the side of the road, greeting passing vehicles with a callous thumb turned upward. She's tired. She wants to leave, but she knows she will come back.
I mean, the fact that Shivers is working under these conditions is kind of incredible.
Why?
There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, what kinds of mysteries interest you then?
That's a shame, because I happen to be a paranatural detective.
What about elevators? Do you like elevators?
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Why not?
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I think we may have gone a little off topic.
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake. God damn it!
The lieutenant grabs his head.
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. but it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route at all.
There's a secret way to the ground floor, from the ground floor to the roof.
Don't know it, but also,
She frowns, studying her face.
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
the shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
The pain stops him from finishing the sentence.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
What's the next point?
You have a gun.
And
Where'd you get it?
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is.
I know you don't like old things, but do you sell antique rifles on the side?
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
a Nachtway 80 front loader, 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
The gun store,
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
Doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
Do you have another gun?
Sure don't.
A breech loader.
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Yep.
Do you sell antique rifles?
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers among gun collectors.
Okay.
Yeah, evidence.
You liked Classia a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Are you a girl liker? Ew. No one likes girls.
Cooties. Just peeping. One of your hobbies?
But you want it to be more than just friends.
Other things I ask about.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
You said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
She rolls her eyes.
Claudia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
Wait, Classia said you only kissed.
Hold on. Classia only likes truly buff men.
Then what happened?
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later.
Oh, come on.
Seriously, just move on.
But I do want details, actually.
Cringe from head-splitting torment.
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leaving me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it, move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't probably for her.
Number 4. That's what I was thinking. Classia said.
Hold on. Are you a girl liker?
What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back. Not yet.
That almost put us on her good side.
Almost.
Yeah, I like girls. You guys are chill. Okay.
All right. She doesn't know about the elevator, so she couldn't possibly be peeping, unless she was lying, and we would have and hopefully detected it. Classia said you got very, but yeah, let's follow through on this one. Actually, she said you got very angry when she started seeing Lely, threatened her.
Yeah, One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
By the way, DeLorean tragedies are still held in high regard for innovation in language and motifs. They are also known for overwrought emotions leading to catastrophic outcomes.
Thanks, Encyclopedia. And despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
You obviously you didn't do no peeping, did you?
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, Detective.
There's a hole in the wall. You can see into Classia's room. I wouldn't blame you
Oh,
if you...
Jesus. There's a hole in Classia's wall. It's pretty suspicious.
Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Claudia's wall. And if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what friends do.
That first one is almost a trap if you don't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So you haven't been watching Classia through a hole in the wall?
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. Or had, before you sent her off in your Mora Lintern meat grinder. It's impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
Damn.
Yeah, you moved on like that?
That's pretty cold.
That's pretty savage.
I mean, moving on is one thing. That's a really rough way to say it. There are other things I ask about.
Go ahead. It's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Hang on, Kim.
The other party members are telling us to make this conversation last. Oh, do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Damn.
85升9升。
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
She shakes her head slowly.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Yeah, I made him talk. Lie. Oh.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
A bitter smile.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say.
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
And move on.
That's your prerogative. No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
That did not match the line.
Yeah. Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union. That's a very different line.
The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question.
Fuck, Kim's not doing okay.
Nope.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. We might be able to find this out later.
I
Kim's
don't.
about to barf.
Yeah, I don't like how much Kim's suffering.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
She turns the knob down just a millimeter.
But you're threatening us with it?
I wish I could use my gun right now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
She responds, holding your gaze.
Okay. Let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Really?
We ain't done yet. Kim's okay. You okay, Kim?
Alright.
He's on the ground.
Yeah, okay. It's just one of those little subtle, not so subtle indicators of like, as you continue, he's not doing well.
Yeah.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
All right.
What happens Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead. She still wants to retain some control of the situation.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high to you?
Klasha said you knew something was wrong immediately.
And what did she say?
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Klaasje said, you seemed to have a plan. Prepared when you got there.
Klasha found it. Weird. You came up with a plan so quickly.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Klaasje knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. She lied to you about that, too.
Okay. Showerhead? Resourceful.
That's bad that she'd be so calm.
I don't believe you.
I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lely? Herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
Hold on. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Okay, and suddenly another possibility unfolds. Mind wiped, sent out onto the fucking job as someone working for... Oh, shit.
And this guy doesn't
Yes,
stop.
You. Everyone says you're his peon. His human can opener.
Damn. Yo, Narcos? Oh my god. Okay.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Did he say, F me?
And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Bullshit. You're trying to throw me off. No one says that.
Oh, yes, they do. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Fuck yeah. I'm a La Puta Madre agent. You better let me go.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Here you are. One corrupt motherfucker with a disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, that was a real question.
I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently.
Yes, of course. Are you scared yet?
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
A man in a white suit walks through a garden coaxed from soil that had once been covered in asphalt. A city block closed off from the rest of the city by dark buildings. Rows and rows of poppies, most of which have lost their pink bloom, flank his steps. The man looks around, then up at the sky, sighs. Taking out a knife, he crouches at the end of one flower bed. He scores a seapot, very gently. Milky sap begins to ooze out. The pain comes over you again.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
I thought we had an agreement, she thinks. This was not supposed to happen. She's not going to change her mind that easy. She still perceives you as a threat.
Yeah, that's for sure.
one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Interesting plan, rhetoric.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Who?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally. Satellite Officer Vicmere looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We can either take a room here in the work or go home for today.
I mean, like, we didn't just work with Kim. We made calls through his car to the state, to our precinct, and spoke to people at the precinct.
Yeah.
And our numbers and our stats checked out.
Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Yeah, those assholes, sure.
I think I know them. They're in Martinez.
That's right, I was just testing you. They're right outside with guns.
Nope. That doesn't ring any bells.
Friction, lock, set.
Like, even with those weirdos that we fucking met, like, wow.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
Do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout back there.
Just a place some comrades stopped through. A revolutionary bunker.
Just a bunker. Have you been there?
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Her voice trails off into the white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. Heal yourself. She's draining us.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
%, red check. Destroy the machine.
Nudged it during the chug talk. Momentary window of clarity.
Oh boy. $72.
Thank God for giving me this moment of clarity. Will this update right away? Last time it actually did, didn't it?
I believe so.
Okay. Can't hurt to have more either
we
way.
thought it did it, but then it did. And it did.
The violet-white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the compressor. Feels like your brain is swelling up in your skull.
Failure.
Sure, 83%, same as 0%.
Squirm in pain?
Hold very still.
Hold still and try to have an apocalyptic vision. Yo, these nose effects are like clearly over the daily limit at this point.
Don't worry, Kim. I'm just trying to have an apocalyptic vision.
The pain intensifies as your hands attempt to reach out into the pale chaos.
What are you doing? I told you it's best not to move.
8752621836. Special someone.
Just try not to collapse.
Kim, make it stop.
Look, I know this isn't very fun for you, so let's wrap this up. You have a tribunal to attend.
She knows about the tribunal.
Do you know something about the tribunal the mercenaries are planning?
Tribunal is an awfully fancy word for what they're going to do. But yeah, I was listening to their frequency. They finished their investigation. Now they're gonna put on a show before meting out punishment. Even though those assholes gave me up, I'm worried for the boys.
Is their investigation our investigation?
And you, watch out for yourselves. You seem to have a habit of walking into traps.
They're planning to set up a trap for us?
Why is everyone always against me?
I'm guessing you don't know that a third mercenary has come to town just in time for the tribunal. Now you do.
If one hornet can kill 40 honeybees in a minute, then 3 hornets should be able to kill 120 honeybees in a minute or more, since they'll also be covering one another.
A third. Ah, this is bad.
As I said, watch out.
She nods.
The pain is becoming unbearable now.
I can't take any more. Just go.
Glad to have been of assistance. Best of luck to you, officers. Revishal's a bitch.
Tosses her head back defiantly and turns down the machine.
The woman runs past you and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
All things considered, it could have gone worse.
The lieutenant is still reeling from the pain.
83%. Same as 0.
That was nauseating. That was a nauseating
I wanted to
failure.
see. I wanted to see what the roll was, but maybe it's better we don't even know.
Wait, shouldn't we go after
I
her?
mean,
No, I don't think she did it. She's someone else's case now.
It's too late now, anyway. She's gone.
what now?
Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we walked right into a trap like that. This isn't going to look good in the report.
He looks around, then points further into the cavern.
Her tent. Maybe there's something in there.